We gather at a time of rapid change with challenges like geopolitical tensions, tech disruptions, and climate challenges reshaping the landscape. This underscores the volatility in our region and the uncertainties that businesses must navigate. I want to get back to the Johor-Singapore Special Economic Zone. I know it's in everybody's minds. What are the opportunities you can tap from this collaboration between two countries? It's possibly one of the most pivotal pacts between our neighbors, Singapore and Malaysia, in a while.
This is going to be a key milestone in terms of these two countries coming together. And the political will is going to be very strong in pushing it ahead and getting it done. What we do understand from the discussion so far has been easing of free flow of goods, easing of free flow of people, and actually all the applications about approvals is going to be much easier. And we are hoping that we will see a one business center, one-stop business center that both sides can go through. So the business can go through less red tape to get everything done. Opportunities that you can see when this thing holding started, you will see data centers coming up. So anything related to data center, I think that will be a great opportunity. There will be people going in there, there will be offices being set up, then real estate is going to be the next one that you're looking at, right? And third, obviously, in terms of renewable energy, all these businesses require to power the usage, and renewable energy is going to be key. And if you look at logistics, for sure, I'm pretty confident that a large part of it will move. But I think the high skilled in terms of R&D, for example, I think you will stay in Singapore.
Well, the one thing about Singapore cost is really, really high. Land cost is high, rental is high, and currency is high as well. Extremely difficult for me to export my cheesecake overseas. So I think with this special economic zone, we're going to be the first one to step in. You know, we are already looking for space to manufacture our goods, and we're going to probably move out of Singapore because Singapore, it's really, really hard.
I think two key areas which sort of create this opportunity is, one is from really becoming more and more cost competitive. I mean, we know the last inflationary pressures have definitely made cost of running business very difficult over the last, let's say, 3-4 years, potentially, particularly after COVID. So I think this is an opportunity to probably manage your costs more effectively and be cost effective. The second area is from innovation perspective, where we know that there are areas a significant investment is going in. A lot of large players have already committed that they'll be setting up data centers as well as innovation hubs. And I think that's the opportunity that Singapore and Malaysia have to sort of grab together and be able to invest in new technologies, whether it's AI, whether it's quantum computing, and leverage this opportunity to actually come up with more innovative solutions which are relevant and more competitive globally.
Siong, what are some notable ways AI is reshaping businesses in resilient sectors across the region?
I think it's given. I think AI definitely will produce higher productivity level, lift productivity level, and we see that coming through quite clearly. And internally, we also have been adopting AI, Gen AI, for almost like a decade or so. Just to share a little bit on what we have done, in terms of AI, we have actually made or come up with almost an 800 model already. And this 800 model that is AI and machine learning, able to give us an incremental of almost 370 million revenue. So that's impressive, right? And I think for the next 3 years, we're going to ramp it up to even much higher level. If you look at the chart of the SME versus non-SME, and like adoption of the AI, Gen AI, I think for the larger corporation is almost like the 40% thereabout. And the SME is actually very, very low. It's like a single digit or like around 4%. So definitely there's a lot of opportunity for SMEs to catch up, to adopt AI or generative AI. And last Friday, we just partnered IMDA as well as Enterprise Singapore to launch a program called Spark Gen AI. This program technically is to help SMEs to look into how we can structure an approach for the SMEs to discover what are the AIs or Gen AI solutions that they can use to help them to improve efficiencies and actually able to measure them and obviously to make sure that they are future ready for this AI trend.
I use it to do design, like shop design, my R&D work, because my customers are quite demanding and they are big cafe chains. So they want their product to be, to be done in a very short period of time. So AI actually helps us to generate some image of the cakes and all this. And also packaging design. We actually go through, I want a packaging and I give them some prompts and they generate some image for me as far as, and it's beautiful. And I tested out myself, I did my interior design. I wanted the cafe and it's pretty fast. So we could generate a lot of things for our customers and for myself. I'm not sure we will implement a lot of things into our businesses, but individual, I think as a business owner, I think AI does do a lot of help to me.
How can SMEs adapt to these challenges like rising costs and supply chain disruptions?
Well, I think the Trump 2.0 is pretty much a theme, right, that we're talking about. And I think the policy uncertainties and the policy swings is something whereby it's so unpredictable. And obviously, in terms of the supply chain disruption, is going to be expected. In terms of the tariffs that is going to put in, we talk about Trump 2.0, it could be on tax, it could be on trade, it could be on tariffs. So this is going to be expected, and hence, in terms of diversification, I think what we also encourage our clients to really look at how you diversify in terms of your supply, and not relying on particular regions to actually give you the usual so-called supply into your manufacturing or your purchasing. And you need to really look at, in terms of partnerships, and I'm quite sure everybody's in the same situation now, and everybody looks towards a continuous growth and a potential growth, especially in this region, which is ASEAN. ASEAN has weathered through many crises, and I think that we should be able to weather through whether Trump or no Trump.
Definitely with Trump 2.0, we are expecting certain challenges, both from the perspective of the impact it can have on supply chains, but also potentially the production costs going up. But having said that, there are definitely certain particular sectors which will have a bigger impact. What we expect is sectors such as heavy engineering, automotive, electronics. That's where we expect the tariffs to be potentially be higher. But the good news is that these are the sectors where we are also seeing ASEAN coming up as a big manufacturing hub, whether it's electronics, semiconductors we spoke about, automotives, particularly EVs, where we know Thailand, Indonesia, these are the markets that are making significant investments, building up the supply chains. So therefore, that will allow a bit more trade within ASEAN or within Asia Pacific region, and therefore probably reduce the dependence purely on the US. And that diversification will be the sweet spots from ASEAN perspective. And the value chains that SMEs are operating in those industries should be looking at as an opportunity from a growth perspective. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Majority of us here are business owners. I think we passed Trump and we passed COVID. So actually, I'm happy by Trump 2.0 because at least I know interest rate coming down. So looking for the interest rate to come down, at least something come down. So costs, we just hope that we can manage better.
Asia continue to be very promising. So including ASEAN, the next biggest economic bloc. So there will be plenty of opportunity that all of us can actually leverage on. And areas such as consumer markets, I think digital transformation is definitely key. Sustainability as a theme will not go away. I think in these three key sectors and areas, I think we see a lot of opportunity. SMEs definitely will have to look into how you look at partners and leveraging on all the value chain with the whole ecosystem. So we are very happy to be here to actually have this session, and we hope that we can actually partner you in your journey for future growth and take the opportunity forward.